From a pigeon's surprise visit during a game to a daring striker interrupting Ronnie O'Sullivan's match, this video captures the most unexpected snooker moments. Ever found yourself chuckling in the middle of a tense snooker match? That's Graham for you, right in the heat of the green bays, pulling off stunts that are anything but ordinary. Picture this. You're at the edge of your seat, eyes glued to the table, and there he goes, making gestures that are more suited to a comedy club than a snooker hall. It's not just us in the audience. Even the commentators can't help but let out a laugh. Have you ever seen something on the snooker table that made you jump out of your seat? Let's talk about Jack Lasowski, number 19, and that moment that had us all gasping. Imagine this. 1 minute, he's lining up a shot. The next, the cue ball's taken a flight off the table. Wild, right? But here's where it gets interesting. Jack, cool as ever, steps back up and nails the perfect shot on his second attempt. Talk about a roller coaster of emotions. Ever witnessed a moment in snooker that left you both stunned and cracking up? Let's dive into Neil Robertson's world at number 18. Picture this. He's all set, eyeing the red, and then bam! The cue ball decides it's had enough of the ground, launching into the air like it's auditioning for a space program. Talk about adding a twist of humor to the tension. Ever seen a snooker shot that just leaves you speechless? Let's chat about Mark Williams at number 17. Imagine the scene. He's trapped in a snooker, the odds stacked against him. Then, out of nowhere, with a flick of his wrist and a one-handed shot, he sinks the pink off the rail. Just pause and picture that for a moment. The entire room goes silent, then erupts. Ever been on the edge of your seat, heart racing as you watch a shot that could make or break a game? That's exactly where Ding Junhui found himself, pocketing the red, but then, oh, the tension. He's left staring down a tricky shot on the black with a whopping 30,000 pounds on the line. Can you imagine? One shot, so much riding on it. And then, the unthinkable happens. The shot misses. Just like that, 30,000 pounds slips through his fingers. You're sitting there thinking, what just happened? What has he done? Ever been in the middle of a snooker clash of titans where every shot counts, and then, out of nowhere, the silence is shattered? Not by the clack of balls, but something a bit more human? Yeah, picture this. Judd Trump and Ronnie O'Sullivan, snooker giants locked in battle, when suddenly the arena is filled with an unexpected sound. Yep, you guessed it. An audience member's contribution echoes far and wide, and it's not applause. Caught a moment in snooker that's all about honor? Let's chat about Stephen Maguire. Right after a shot, he's straight up with the ref, confessing to a push shot. Imagine that scene. Amid the silence, the tension, Stephen turns, looks the referee in the eye, and owns up. That's a push, he says. Ever thought about what makes snooker more than just a game of precision and strategy? How about playing in your socks? Yes, you heard that right. Enter scene. Ronnie O'Sullivan, in a twist of discomfort, decides that shoes are just not part of his game plan anymore. Mid-match, faced with the pinch of new shoes, he ditches them for the comfort of his socks. Picture him, all focus and finesse, gliding around the table, sock-clad, aiming for the pink. Ever caught a moment in snooker that makes you do a double take? Let's chat about Mark Williams and his cheeky move at number 12. Imagine this. The hall's all hush, eyes fixed on the table, and then, Mark, with a twinkle in his eye, decides it's the perfect time for a bit of mischief. The cue ball, mysteriously, finds its way into his pocket while the ref's back is turned. Classic, right? Ever thought you'd see the day when snooker meets snack time? Enter Mark Williams at number 11, turning a match into a candy shop scene. Picture it. In the midst of all the tension and focus, Williams casually strolls to a spectator asking for some candy, and just like that, he's popping sweets in his mouth, mid-game. You can almost see the surprise and delight, not just on his face, but echoing through the audience. Ever found yourself in a pickle? Well, imagine being a top snooker player and landing in a self-made snooker, blocking every colored ball on the table. Picture this scene at number 10. There you are, cue in hand, and suddenly, you've orchestrated your own snooker symphony with no clear shot in sight. It's like setting a trap and then falling into it yourself. Slide into this. Ken Doherty, at number 9, delivers a moment that's nothing short of snooker wizardry. Picture it. The room's all eyes, the table set for just another shot, and then, wham! Ken's cue strikes, and suddenly, it's not just the ball he aimed for tumbling into the pocket. No, we're talking a triple pot, folks. Yes, you heard right. Not one, not two, but 3 balls finding their way home in a move that even Ken might not have seen coming. Ever found yourself on the edge of your seat, eyes glued to the screen, as the cue ball teeters on the brink of disaster? Picture this. Luca Bracel, right? He's lining up for this shot that's nothing short of a Hail Mary. And then, bam! The attempt nosedives, and the frustration is palpable. Ever felt like hurling your cue across the room? Luca's right there with you, nearly sending his flying out of the arena. It's moments like these that make you wonder, are we even playing the same game? Because let's face it, pulling off the impossible is what keeps us coming back for more. But then, he didn't really need to push it that far, did he? Ever found yourself chuckling over a snooker game? Well, picture this. We're watching Mark Allen and Sean Murphy, two titans of the green baize in a neck-and-neck match. Then, out of nowhere, the referee fumbles and drops the yellow ball. I mean, talk about an unexpected twist, right? And the reactions from Allen and Murphy? Priceless. They're making these hilarious faces, almost like they're saying, "Steady on, mate. Quick recovery." Who says snooker's all serious business? Take a peek at Judd Trump, the master of the table, throwing in a bit of mischief. Picture this. The game's tense. The crowd's on the edge of their seats. And then Trump pulls a fast one on referee Ben Williams. Classic, right? It's these moments, the playful pranks, that sprinkle a bit of lightness on the green baize. Trump's not just about those jaw-dropping shots. He's got a sense of humor that catches everyone off guard. All right, folks. Have you ever seen something on the snooker table that made you do a double take? Imagine this. You're watching a tense moment. The pressure's mounting, and then, bam! Referee Michaela Tabb, bless her, gets a bit mixed up. Picture this. She's there, in the heat of the moment, and she places the black ball where the blue ought to be. Yeah, you heard that right. Now think about the player, lined up, eyeing his shot. If he's a tad short, there's a red waiting in the left corner. Goes too far? No worries. There's another red beckoning to the right. And here's the kicker. He's aiming for what he thinks is the blue, but it's sitting pretty on the blue spot. And wouldn't you know it? Rolls into... Ever been at a snooker match, and right as things get tense, a phone rings in the crowd? Picture it. Stuart Bingham on the brink of a crucial shot, and bam. Distraction City, thanks to a rogue ringtone. He shoots a sarcastic thumbs up to the offender. Classic, right? But here's the thing. We've all been that person once, glued to our seats, the air thick with anticipation, and then a phone goes off. Imagine you're right there in the thick of it, the tension's sky high, and Mark Selby's lining up that game-changing shot. Then, out of nowhere, the silence shatters. A fan breaks the golden rule of snooker etiquette with a noise you just can't ignore. Picture the scene. The ref, Tatiana Willis, doesn't miss a beat, signaling security to step in. It's a moment that slides into snooker folklore. All right, picture this. High stakes on the green baize, and referee Olivier Martial is laying down the law to Ronnie O'Sullivan. But Ronnie, ever the character, hits back with a cheeky, "You saw nothing." And there's me thinking, hold up, this isn't about Judd Trump. Why drag him in? It's like Ronnie stirring the pot, making sure we're all on the edge of our seats. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Here we are, just a couple of snooker fans, getting a front row seat to the drama. So there we are. John Higgins just turned the table into a real jigsaw puzzle with that wild foul shot. And now, referee Martial's got his work cut out for him, trying to piece the chaos back together. I'm leaning in, thinking, this is going to be good. Watching those balls get reset? Can't wait. But guess what? They're missing their usual tech magic to make it smooth. Makes you chuckle, right? It's like even at the top, snooker's full of these unpredictable moments. And I'm here for it, wondering, how's this going to play out? It's snooker, folks. Never a dull moment. What's your take? So what do you think? Do these interruptions steal the spotlight, or do they add another layer to the rich tapestry of snooker? I mean, it's not every day you get a story like this. Drop your thoughts below, because this is the stuff that keeps our love for the game as colorful as the balls on the table.